Today I'm gonna do a tutorial on a Final Cut Pro X CINEMAGRAPH. No plugins needed, super easy. So I have 3 clips here. I'm just gonna pick the best one, and I already have this highlighted, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this in. So it's just a basic video right here where I'm just holding a glass up, making sure the focus is on point, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour a beer. Now my dumbass went out of frame, but that's fine. It actually ends up looking cool anyway. So what you want to do is get where the stream stays at like a standstill almost as far as where it's pouring. You don't want all this, you see all that movement? I'm gonna say right there, I'm gonna go ahead and blade that and then delete this. All we need is about that much. Boom, blade, delete. This is all we need right here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a good spot, let's say right here. Okay, now while this is highlighted on the frame that I like, I'm gonna hit Option F, and that's gonna create a freeze frame. I'm gonna add this on top and then delete this little footage right here that it created at the end. So now we have the beer pouring right here, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Now I should probably know the shortcut for this, but I'm just gonna do this the more difficult way. I'm gonna hit paste, and we're just gonna loop it. So now it's just a loop over and over again of just the beer pouring the stream. We're gonna re-engage this clip by hitting V. Now all you're gonna see is the freeze frame because that is the clip on top. And it's very simple, guys. All we're gonna do here is while we have that clip highlighted, we're gonna go over here to our effects tab and we're gonna search mask, right? And we want the draw mask right here. We're gonna go ahead and drop that right on this clip. Boom. Once you get your draw mask, it's already engaged over here, and you'll see this little pointer here. So to make this a bit easier, I go ahead and put this at about 50%, and you just wanna go over the sides of the beer pouring. You can go out of the frame here just to make sure you're good, but make sure, I'm actually gonna move that. Make sure you get the details as far as the beer pouring. When you're drawing around that, you want to get as close to it as you can. So as you go down, so since this Eagles sticker on the cup is blocking the stream, we're gonna go ahead and just mask around that. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now that we have this masked out, you can see it looks pretty good. So now what you want to do is, since you got your points masked out, you want to go ahead and hit invert mask. And that's gonna go ahead and show the video on the bottom, but it's only gonna show what you masked out, which is the stream of beer. So once you click this, when you play it back, it's only gonna show the stream of the video below it, and the freeze frame will stay still. So if I go back to fit, you're gonna get something that looks like this. And it's just gonna continue to loop. And obviously at the end, where we stopped playing, it'll go black, because there's no clip underneath. But I'm just gonna blade at the end here where we don't need it. So now it looks pretty good, just like this. Now you can play with your feather, but I'm actually gonna leave it right where it is because I think it looks pretty good just the way it is. And I think all this needs is some sick music, a little bit of sound effect. So what you wanna do is select all these clips together, and you wanna right click, and you wanna make a new compound clip. Now, all you need is some sick little color grading. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to Color Finale, which is my favorite way to color grade in Final Cut Pro. Color Finale Pro, I'm gonna drop it right on. I have some of my favorite LUTs on here, and that's what I use. I wanna go to Open Controls. This square right here is gonna open my LUT utility, and I can look at my LUT gallery by clicking here. I already had a LUT picked out, which is this Christian Mate Grab LUT number 2. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. Check him out if you don't already know who he is. I will link him in the description below, and I'm gonna apply that LUT onto my footage. And already you can see it's drastic, the change. If I go off, on, it just gives it a more dramatic feel. Always lower the opacity of the LUT just a little bit. You don't want it to be too intense. And then you want to go ahead and go to your curves. I like to add a little bit here on this bottom end, which will give it that fade look. And then I take the highlights down just a touch, just to balance out those colors. And then you just play around in the middle. Ultimately, you want to make an S curve. That's tradition as far as color grading goes. I kind of like the way it brightens up. I basically want to single out the cup. That's what you want to look really good. So that actually looks pretty good right there. I'm gonna go to my color wheels where I can control individual colors. I'm gonna take the red saturation down just a touch. Maybe the luminosity, let's see. I actually like it right there. I think it looks pretty decent right there. Boom, I think that looks really good. Okay, cool. So we have our clip. I already have a song picked out. Obviously, you can pick out whatever you want. I found a sick song by one of my favorite artists. It's a spooky black type beat. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that on, and it has like this water running vibe to it over this beat. I just gotta find out where it comes in. Okay, once we have the song underneath, let's just see what it sounds like. And as you can hear, it has that water vibe to it. I'm gonna fade it in, and I always leave a little bit at the end over the clip, and that's where I fade it out. Now you can get as creative as you want with this. You can put a Ken burn, you could crop in, you could, keyframe certain movements into the clip. I think it looks dope still just the way it is with the water, or excuse me, the beer running. And that's it. You just created a CINEMAGRAPH inside of Final Cut Pro X with no plugins at all. These are all native controls. So that's going to be it for me today. I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Please subscribe. I'm brand new to teaching tutorials. Hopefully I can help you guys and we can interact and do the giveaways and all that other cool stuff that all these other YouTubers do. And please go subscribe to my main channel at IMDR3W. I'll see you guys on the next one.